خير، ازيكم؟ بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. اولا في البدايه اسمحوا لي ارحب بحضراتكم جميعا النهارده معانا في هذا
Greet all of you in this important press conference. We are honored to be joined by Ms. Maimouna Sharif, the Deputy UN and the Executive Director for the program of the UN for the humanitarian settlements. It is the organization which is affiliated to the UN, affiliated to the housing and development and the formation of housing, the core study and business of the Ministry of Housing. It is a very important program and responsible on these very important issues, which is of main concern to billions of people all over the world. There were negotiations with this program during the past period that Egypt would cooperate with this program to invite the forum for development. Egypt was successful to host the COP27 in a way that was hailed by the world. Today I was honored by receiving the UN envoy. I witnessed the signing of the initial steps for organizing this forum, which would be held on November 2024. This forum would be attended by a huge number of all the expertise concerned from all over the globe, and with the participation of many heads of states and governments. God's will, it would be hosted in Cairo. Today, Ms. Maimouna held many meetings with the Minister of Housing, the Minister of Social Development. She visited the new administrative capital. She was impressed by what Egypt succeeded to achieve in this model for the establishment of new cities. The organization of these of the forum, which would be held in 2024, would be in Cairo. It would discuss the issues related to housing within the framework of the challenges that the world is facing, and how we could concentrate on the continuity within the problems and the challenges that the world is facing. I would not like to elaborate on that, but I welcome Ms. Maimouna and her visit to Egypt, and today we are witnessing the signing of hosting this forum that would be organizing next year, God's will. Ms. Maimouna.
Thank you very much, Mr. Prime Minister. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Your Excellency, Dr. Mustafa Madbouly, Prime Minister of the Arab Republic of Egypt, honorable ministers, distinguished delegates, members of the press, colleagues, ladies and gentlemen. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. A very good afternoon to all of you. It's given me a very great pleasure to come back again to Cairo, and also in this moment to mark the beginning of the exciting journey towards the convening of the 12th session of the World Urban Forum. It's now planned, what is announced by the Prime Minister just now, will be in November 2024. Allow me also, Excellency, to express my deepest appreciation to His Excellency Prime Minister for taking time out of his busy schedule to join us this today. And your leadership, Prime Minister, and vision have been instrumental in making this event a reality. And we are truly grateful for your unwavering commitment to the cause of sustainable urban development. The journey that we are embarking on today started a year ago when I announced that the 12th session of the World Urban Forum will be hosted in beautiful and historic city of Cairo. As you know, the World Urban Forum is a unique United Nations mandated platform where ministers, mayors, academics, stakeholders of sustainable urbanization, sustainable urban development get to meet and exchange ideas to improve human settlements. For the first time in over 20 years, the forum is returning to African continent, and it's the first time that it was hosted in a mega city of more than 20 million inhabitants. So the 12th session of the World Urban Forum also marked the midpoint in our decade of action towards the achievement of sustainable development goals. Through the national and regional urban forum, cities and communities are helping member states accelerate the implementation of the new urban agenda to achieve the sustainable development goals. I am confident that the previous host of the World Urban Forum, Cairo, will also set a new benchmark for all cities and communities to follow. The 9th session at Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, with over 24,000 participants, remains the most well-attended World Urban Forum. In Abu Dhabi, during the 10th session, we were able to achieve gender panel parity. We did it again at the 11th session, where we also achieved gender parity in participation. In Katowice, Poland, at the 11th session of the World Urban Forum, became the most universally accessible United Nations conference, taking into account the needs of persons with disabilities, including people with hearing and visual impairment. Of course, the World Urban Forum is not just about record making and record breaking. It is also about policy into practice. It is about action on the ground. It is about making sure we leave no one behind, and it's about the declared action and, most importantly, action fulfilled on the ground, implemented. I'm confident we can showcase examples of adequate housing. I already have a very long discussion with the Minister of Housing and Local Development this morning. Climate adaptation, urban crisis management, and local level actions that collectively makes our cities and communities more resilient. What better place to do than at Cairo? Al-Dunya, the mother of the world. So, Mr. Prime Minister, you have all our full support and commitments of UN Habitat, of all my team here, and also in the headquarters and the country team here, and together also with the resident coordinator who are together with us. The whole UN country team will be together with you, together with us here, and your ministers throughout the entire preparatory process. We thank you, the government of and the people of Egypt, for this opportunity to organize the 12th session of the World Urban Forum here in Cairo. They will show the one UN that the Secretary been mentioning all this while. Thank you so much. Thank you.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. معالي دولة رئيس الوزراء السيدة ميمونة
Prime Minister Ms. Maimouna Sharif, we welcome you in Cairo. The World Urban Forum 12th session would be in an environment which would be fertile for discussing the discussion of urban issue. The 11th in Katowice was discussing about development and climate change. In Cairo, we will be heading the transformation for more sustainable cities, for more healthy and containment for its residents. the understanding of urbanization. It's not a theoretical theme based on assumptions. It's upon real experience. The experience in Egypt is very deep and very old. Egypt has many cities and development, and it has the biggest percentage and number of new cities, which is related to housing with different standards and levels. The experience would be very rich to all people related to urban development. It will include the discussion to reach ideas for the help of the cities to stand still, to be more sustained, and within the continued cooperation with the Egyptian government and the urban program for citizens and the Ministry of Housing, we are honored to contain the regional office for the urban development office for the UN. The urban civilization had the pleasure to receive the honorary prize for the UN program for settlement for people. It is one of the best and more recognized prizes for the efforts exerted by the Egyptian government regarding the social housing. The continuation of these efforts would continue. We have to mention at least that the UN program for settlement and housing for people, which has planning for many cities like El Alamein city, New El Alamein city, which had a strategic plan in cooperation with the UN program for housing. Also, the World Urban Forum would be a unique experience of great benefit for all the participants. Thank you, Mr. Prime Minister. Thank you so much. I thank you all, and we wish the best success, and we wish the 12th Forum to be successful like the COP27, and as all you have heard, the participation would be exceeding 27,000. Egypt, with its great experience in hosting these activities, we will be successful. Thank you so much.